Alrighty, so we are back. Uh, I know there was a 2 days gap in between, but the thing was that I got my basically my Viva level 1 was on 15th, and it ended like kind of late. So I went to sleep after that, and what else? And yeah, yesterday I was caught up with some things. I had to go out and all that stuff. And I basically did not do anything else related to project. And then I booked this plot spot for like Viva level 2, which is today at 10 p.m. So yeah, I was again going through the project, and this will be my final Viva or anything related to this project. After this, it will be just up to the level 1 proctor, which took my Viva, and the level 2 proctor, which will take today. And whatever grading they give, based on that, I'll receive the overall grade on the project. So, yeah, this is our last day with respect to Flask and Vue, hopefully, because after this, I don't really have any development project from their side, like academic side, and in which they have this requirements that you have to use Flask and this Vue or anything in general. Although in on when I go to degree level, there are some projects, but I think there it is flexible, so you can use whatever you want and create anything that you want or something like that. I'm not really sure, but yeah, hopefully this will be our last session with the Python and with the Vue.js. And from tomorrow, basically, I'll start by revising a bit of React again, and we'll do it for 3-4 days or so, I guess. Yeah, and hopefully until that time, I'll also finish my DSA revision, and then after doing React revision on stream and doing DSA revision offline, kind of, I hopefully will be able to move ahead with creating some project in React and finally continuing DSA further as well. Anyways, so that is it. I won't be speaking much, or I will be speaking much whenever I want to understand this code myself, and make sure everything is working fine and all that stuff. So this is the folder, the replica that I had to, basically we have to submit this project on their portal, and when you are doing Viva, you will have to like either download that submitted folder from the portal, or you will have to run a checksum function which will check if your already existing code is matching that code or not, and it like gives an error even if there is like a this space. See, I mean, obviously it changes the file, so even if there is like a space of uh, thing, then it does show an error. So yeah, that is it. But for now, we will jump right into it and just understand this and do all that stuff. So yeah, anyways, let us so I was here. This is the send email functionality, and this is the SMTP everything. This is the if there is an attachment, this will do with open attachment RB as attachment content. It will do this MIME base and it will say application octet stream. This is just a format or something. And it will set the payload as the attachment content, and it will say the read thing. And encoders will do its job, obviously. We can also add header with content disposition, and file name will be os.path.base name and whatever the attachment name is. And then we are just doing smtp lib, and we are just saying host is this, whatever we have defined here, port is this. So this will set up in the backend. And then we can just log in via email and password. Password is set to none because there is nothing crucial information or whatever. This is like development stage. So, and then we can do send a message as this message which we have defined. And then we are quitting the server, and then we are printing mail sent, which will print the mail sent functionality in our terminal. And then there is a function also called get HTML report. It is accepting user reservations and data. And we are just doing template. It will open this report.html file. It will read it, and it will render the template as user is equal to user, reservation and data is equal to data. And then it will return this HTML report. I've defined this in the export API, so we'll see it when we get there. Then we have Celery. So I had some of the questions here. So which is like we have to demonstrate caching. Okay, that is all right. We have to show Celery and Redis configuration. So Celery and Redis was there in the main.py here, and Celery is here. So we are doing the setup periodic task, and in that we are adding this add periodic task, which is we are saying for 60 seconds, and daily reminder we are calling, and we are giving it a name. Same with monthly report. This is for just testing, obviously. And then we are adding actual ones, which is using cron tab. So that is a scheduler. So we can say hour is equal to 9, minute is equal to 0. So that will send the daily reminder at 9 a.m. And then we have this periodic task again, which is the monthly report. So which we are executing at hour 10, minute 0, and the first day of the month. So 10 a.m. on the first day of every month. So that will be monthly report. And then we are defining those functions that in the daily reminder, you have to query all the users. Then you are getting this latest lot time, which is like latest lot time for whenever the most recent one was created. And for user in users, we are iterating through this, and we are saying last reservation, and we are filtering is user ID, and then we are ordering it in the descending order, and then we are getting one only. Then we have this should remind is equal to false by default, and then if not last reservation, then it will become true, and else if there is latest lot time and the last reservation dot bookings timestamp was less than latest lot time, then also we are doing should remind is equal to true. And if it is true, then we are sending this message, which is hey username, please book a parking spot if required. This will just print it here, although I guess. And in the send email, we are also sending the email to this user email. Subject is daily reminder, and email content is equal to this message. Okay, so then it will print daily reminder sent to users. Then we have monthly report. We are again querying all the users. We are getting time, which is now, right now. And then with start of the month, we are saying now dot replace day is equal to 0, hour 0, everything 0. So that will be the first day of the month. And then for user and users, we are getting the reservation by user ID, and if their bookings timestamp is greater than equal to start of the month. So if not reservation, then we are just continuing, and then we are saying lot count, and it is a dictionary. Total cost is 0 by default. And then for reservation, again we are iterating. We're getting this lot ID, and then if that lot ID is in lot count, which is this, then we are already, if it is already then there, then we are adding +1, and if it is not, then we are just initializing it as 1. And then the total cost we are adding as the reservation dot parking cost. So every reservation will add up, and whatever lot is there, every lot IDs will have different counts based on whatever reservations the user have done. Then there is the most used lot, which is set to none uh, for first time. And then we are doing, if the lot count is there, then most used lot ID, we are assigning that to this key, which is maximum of lot dot count, lot underscore count basically. And then the most used lot will be uh, the parking lot dot query dot get with the most used lot ID, and max of this lot count, and then the key will be lot count dot get. So that will be getting the lot ID for that count, which has the max. What is happening to me? Which has the maximum count. Then we are just returning the data, which is most used lot and total cost. And in the HTML report that we are sending user as username, reservation as this reservations by itself, and then the data we are just passing this data. So this send email, and then we are sending the monthly report to this email. Content will be this HTML report, and it will be sent to all the users. And if you want to see it as well, we'll see it after this. And then lastly there is this async job, which is to export the data, which will have the reservation details and email. So we are opening this data export, and we are writing it, new line we are giving as CSV file. And in the field names, we are passing all these fields that we are getting from the reservation. So that is ID, vehicle number, parking cost, status, booking, parking, leaving timestamps, lot ID, and spot ID. Then we are writing it as csv.dict writer. Then we are saying CSV file, and field names will be the ones that are defined here. We are writing the header, and then we are writing the rows as reservation details. And send email will be email is equal to this email that we are getting. Subject is reservation data export. Email content is please find the attached data export, and attachment is the CSV file. It will return data exported. So that is it, and this is the report, which has some styling in the head, and why was this? Anyways, then we have this container. This is high username. This is your monthly report. This is reservations length, most used parking lot, and total amount spent, and the spot booked this month, which we will be getting from reservation, and other thing like spot ID, parking cost, and status. And this email was sent from Parkeasy. So that is the report. Let me just save it as it is. This is the API file. It has like request, resource, JWT, and caching. We are initializing the cache app here. And then we are just defining this simple welcome API, which is like a testing API, and we have also applied caching there. So here it was mentioned that show salary Redis configuration, and also this Redis. So mail we will demonstrate. Broker is this message broker. It tells that where to store the messages that we are getting. API fetch call. Lot should not get deleted. Okay, yeah, that is for that is it for now with the questions. Let me get back here. So this is caching for 60 seconds, although it does not make so much sense. But anyways, and then there is post request, which is just saying, well, this is name. It should be like username. And yeah, so that is it for API file. Now in the auth API, we have this request resource get JWT identity, JWT required, and we are creating the access token. Then we have from models we are importing DB and user, and from API we are importing cache because we are applying cache here as well. So login API, it is just we are getting the request, and request.json will get this data in this data variable. And if not data, get email and password, then we are seeing all fields are required. Then we are getting all the users by querying them and getting their email. If it is not there, then user not found, obviously. And if the password does not match, then we are just saying invalid password. And we will also have to create a token, JWT token, when we log in. So this create access token will create it. Identity we are giving as the user ID, and role is the user role. Then we are returning welcome back user, and token we are returning, and also username and role. And now for the register API, it's the same thing. We are getting username, email, password. All fields are required. If email is not there, email should contain at the rate. If it is less than 5, it must be 5 characters long. And if password is less than 8, we are also saying that password must be at least 8 characters long. Then again, we are querying the user. And we are getting the email. If such user exists with the email, then we are saying that it already exists. So give a different email or whatever. And then finally we are passing this new user, which will get the username, email, password, and role. And then add a new user with this db.session.add, and then we're committing it. Then there is view users, that is for admin. So we are getting this JWT identity here, and if we are checking the role, if it is not equal to admin, then our access is denied. And if it is admin, then again we are querying the user. This time by role we are getting all the users, and then we are creating this list, which is users JSON, and then we are just appending all the users by converting them to JSON, which we have defined here in the models. So yeah, and then we are just returning this users JSON, and caching is applied here. So yeah, anyways, that is it for auth API. Now let me move on to parking lot API. So here we have again same things. We are not having create access token here, so we are not importing that. We are having parking lot and spot tables, and we are having date time. So first, this is parking lot API, which has 2 methods, which is get and post. And again, this is the same thing. We are checking if it is admin, then we are querying the lots, and we are getting all of them which are active currently. And then again, the same thing, we are appending it by converting them to JSON. And then we are returning parking lots. Then if we want to create a new one, then there is a post request. Again, we are checking if it is admin here, and now we are getting the data. So we'll have to check. If none of these are there, then we'll say all fields are required. So prime location name, price, address, pin code, and number of spots. So we are creating it by location name, price, address, pin code, number of spots, and created at, we are passing it as date time dot now. So it will so it will assign this timestamp, which will be creating when this new lot is added and committed. And for automatically creating the parking spots, what we are doing is that for I in range, we are running a loop. So however number of spots plus one, obviously, because till then only the loop will run. So in the spot, uh, we are saying parking spot status is equal to available, and lot ID is this new lot's ID. And then we are adding that spot for whatever number of spots are there, and then we are committing. So the parking lot is created successfully, and it will return this. Okay, so it does not have two methods. It has like three and four methods. Yeah, because there is also editing the lot and then deleting the lot. So in this, we'll need the lot ID. So we are passing it here. Then again, we are checking if it is admin. We are getting the data, and we are querying the lot equals the lot ID. If it is not there, then we are just saying it's not found. Uh, just a second, I'm getting a call. So there is a guy which I live with at the door. So let me just open it and come back. Okay, so I'm back. Where were we? Yeah, here. So if not lot, then it is saying parking lot not found. If it is there, uh, then the lot prime location name of the lot we are getting it from data. If it is there, if it is not there, then the one that is already there will be staying as it is. Same with the price, address, and pin code. So yeah, then we have new count. So this thing is for the question here, right? Which is lot should not get deleted when some spot is booked. So it should be in delete, right? Uh, uh, uh. Yeah. There's this thing. This is for lot should not get deleted when some spot is booked. Oh, so yeah, that is later. This is just so here. If we see, it is we are getting the number of spots if it is there. Else, whatever it is that is there will be done. And current spots we are querying and filtering every spot we are getting for that lot. And for active spots, we are storing it as a spot for spot and current spots. So in this, and if it is active, then it will be stored in this list. Now difference will be new count minus length of active spots. So length of active spots will be the length of the number of spots that are active, and the new count will be obviously the new count that we are passing. So that will be difference. If our difference is greater than 0, and then we are running a loop. So for I in range different, we are saying new spot is equal to status available lot ID and is active true. Here we were not saying is active true, but I think is active is by default set to true. So yeah, there is no need for that, but we are just defining it here, so it's clear. Here it's clear. Lame, but anyways. Uh, and if the difference is less than 0, then we are initializing this inactive count, which is 0, and then we are reversing this list active spots, and if we are checking if it is available, then we are making it false, and inactive count we are saying +1, and if it is equal to absolute difference of this thing, of the difference, absolute value of the difference basically. So if like new count is let's say 5, and the active spots are less, let's say 10, then it will be -5, right? So it will come here because it is equal, it is less than 0. Then we'll execute this, but we'll check if inactive count becomes absolute value of difference, then we'll just break out of it. And if it is less than absolute value of difference, then we'll just say that we cannot deactivate spots with active reservations. So that will prevent from deactivating or like getting the number of spots less than the ones that are actually. So let's say 5 spots out of 10 are already occupied, and which means that they have active reservations. So if they have that, then if we pass that, the number of spots should be 4, which is less than so which is less than there are active spots. So basically there are 5 spots that are already active and booked or whatever, and you're trying to give the value as 4. So that will say that we cannot deactivate spots which has active reservations, and then the number of spots will be based on this new count. If everything here runs successfully, then just we are committing it, so it will be updated successfully. Then for the delete, we are again checking if it is admin. We are querying the lot ID, and if it is not lot, then again lot not found, and then we are checking something in a booked variable. So it says variable booked. So it will query the parking spots, and it will match the lot ID, and it will also match the status if it is not equal to available, and we are just returning 1, right? So we don't have to return all of them. We just have to have 1 occupied spots. So it should not be available, it should be occupied, and the lot ID should be this slot ID that we are, the slot ID of this slot that we are trying to delete basically. So if even if there is 1 of them, we are saying cannot delete a parking lot with booked spots. And then we are checking something in this has history variable. So this will say any, so it will return true if this thing is true, and if it is empty, then it will return false. So if the reservations spot dot reservation is greater than 0 for spots for spot and lot dot spots, then we are just making this lot inactive by setting this is active value as false. Then we are committing it, so it will be deactivated successfully. And Otherwise, if it does not have any history or anything, then we are just deleting it permanently. Then we are also seeing this. And finally, we have one lot API, which is getting JWT required. But this user and admin both will be using this, so we are not checking any role or anything here, role based access or whatever. And we are creating this lot JSON, we are querying them. If there is no lot, then it's not found. If there is, then we are just appending these things. Uh, I'm getting a call again, but I'll just ignore it for now. Anyways, not that important. So yeah, I was saying that we are manually appending these things, which is lot ID, prime location name, lot price, address, pin code, and number of spots. Because if we, let's say, return, here's calling again. I'll have to pick up. Sorry. Okay, so uh, ah, uh, yeah. So if we return this lot, then we are returning everything like spots and all that. So where were we? Yeah, we don't need all of that here. So I'm just returning all the things that we just need, and that's it. So this will return one lot API. It is called because it will just return details of this one lot that we are querying here, and then it will return this first object in this lots.json, which will be this one. So we can use it for showing the details of this one lot. Okay, so let us move on to reservation API. This is the biggest file in terms of API because there are so many defined. So again, request, resource, get JWT, identity, JWT required, parking lot, parking spot, reservation user. Every table, as you can see, is and by the way, from task, we are also importing this data export because we need that here. So yeah, there is this get, which is first checking if it is user and returning access denied if it's not. Then we are filtering by all the all the lots basically, and if they are active or not. So again, we are creating a list here. Then we are appending these things. Other than that, we are also uh, returning spots here, which is spot ID, spot status is active, and it will be for spot and lot spots if it is active. So here we were returning everything by this appending everything by converting it to JSON, which is here. So if it is active, here we also want ID, status, and is active. So it's the same thing as you can see for spot and self dot spots if spot is active, and then we are returning all these things here. But here we have ID, status, lot ID is active, and also the reservation. But here we don't need all of that. So we are just saying spots, and in spots we'll have ID, status, and if it is active or not. So we are also checking if it is active, then only we are doing all these things. So yeah, then we are returning it. Then there is a post method, which will be followed for reserving something. So that is like user access denied. Obviously, we are querying in the spot, and we are seeing lot ID if it is available is active true, and we are just returning the first one. So whichever spot, like first most or whatever. So if like 3 are booked, then we are returning fourth. If 9 are booked, then we are returning 10. And if none of them are booked, then the first one will be assigned here. If there are no spots available, obviously not available. Again, request.json, and here we are getting vehicle number. If it is not, then we are saying it is required. And then we are creating a new reservation, which is current user, its ID, spot ID, lot ID, booking timestamp, status, parking cost, and this vehicle number we are getting from the data. So yeah, then we are adding the reservation, and spot status we are changing it to occupied. This was reservation status, mind you. This is spot status. So spot status are only two, available or occupied. The reservation status are three, booked, parked, or released. And then we are committing. So reservation will be successful. So this has only two things. And then we are seeing parking API, which has two methods. One is patch, one is put. So in the patch one, what we are doing is that again we are checking if it is user, and then we are querying the reservations table. We are getting the ID, and we are getting the user ID, which is current user.get, and whichever is the current user, and we are getting the first one. If there is not reservation, then it is not found, and we are changing the status to parked, and then we are changing this parking timestamp to now. So whenever this is executed, the parking timestamp will be updated based on that. So it will be parked successfully. Since we are changing these two fields only, so that's why we have used patch method. Then there is a put method, which will require reservation ID. This will require lot ID because we are booking a spot in a parking lot. These will require reservation ID, again checking user. If it is not there, reservation not found, same thing. And if here we are also checking if the status is not equal to parked, then we'll say it is not parked. So if it is just booked, then you cannot call this release thing. And then we are changing the status as released, leaving timestamp at datetime.now. And then we are calculating the price. So that will be start, we are saying parking timestamp, and leaving timestamp. Duration second will be end minus start. And we are counting total seconds. And here we are converting it to hour. So duration seconds by, we are dividing it to 3600. So it will convert it into an hour. And whatever is maximum between those two, which is one or that thing. Based on that, the duration will be counted, and lot will be reservation dot parking spot dot lot, and the cost will be duration hours into the lot dot price. So whatever the price that was set for that parking lot, that will be the cost, and by multiplying the duration hours basically. So that will be the parking cost, and we can set it as cost. And then the spot, we are getting that spot id, the current spot id, we are making it available again, and then we are committing it. So we are just saying vehicle released successfully, and cost will be this. We don't need to return this though, although yeah, it is fine. Now we are saying view history. So that is for fetching all the reservations. So we are getting all of them, and in the history underscore JSON a list, we are appending all of them, and that will be the history that will be shown. There are two more of them, which is reservation details. So we are checking if user, we're getting the first one, and if it is not there, then it's not found. If it is there, then we are just converting it to JSON, as you saw here. So everything here that is converting it to JSON, and we will show it to the user. So yeah, all of this price and everything will also be shown, by the way, parking cost, because when we are calling this, we have already released this. So lastly, there is export data. So that will be user, we are getting all of them, we are getting the user which is the current one, and if there is a user, then we are making this reservation detail list, and we are iterating it, and we are appending everything: id, vehicle number, cost, status, all these, lot id, spot id. And then as you might have seen here, where was it in task, so we are saying reservation details, right? So this is the one that is being returned here, and not returned, but basically passing in here. So that details, all of these details, and the mail has been passed, and it will say data export has been initiated, please check your inbox. So you can check the mail for that. Finally, we have the summary API, which is again same thing, but here we have caching applied, which is about 60 seconds, and here is it is user summary. So we are checking if it is user or not. If it is, then we are getting current user's ID, getting all the reservations, and in the status count, we are saying this default dict, and we are passing something, a parameter as int. So that will create a dictionary, and if there is no key, it will by default create a key with an integer. So let's say status count, and we are saying reservation dot status. So it will say plus equal to 1. So whatever that status is, right, it will by default start assigning it in this dictionary. Same with the location count. So first we are checking if there is a reservation, and if there is lot ID and spot ID, and then we are just getting the lot by this querying. And if there is lot, then location count, we are saying lot dot prime location name plus is equal to 1. So every these things will have it will basically start assigning the keys as this by default. So that's why it's default dictionary, and then just we are returning status count and location count. For admin, it's kind of same, but here we are checking if it is admin, and if you're checking, then we are fetching by querying all of them, and we are summing all of the spots for every lot if they are active basically. Occupied spots will be if the sum, and then again we are summing. So whatever spots have their status as occupied for lot and lots, and for spots and lot.spots if it is active again. So, and the available spots will be total minus occupied. So yeah. Then again, this bookings count is a default dictionary with int parameter. So again, we are querying all the reservation, and if there is lot ID, then bookings.count, we are appending it as one. We are upping it, or plus is equal to one. So that will be increased whenever there is a booking. So then we are querying all the parking lots again, and then lot names will be lot ID. This will be the key, and the value will be lot.prime location name for lot and lots. So that is a dictionary with that, and then booking summary we are using it. So whatever there was ID, right? So we are counting for lot ID, and the count is booking count dot items. So basically, it's like for this lot ID, what is the count? Count for this lot ID, and count will be in bookings count and items. So bookings count will have all of these reservations, right? So whatever lot IDs are there and whatever count is there, it will say the names for this lot ID, and it will basically update the count for that lot ID. So yeah, and we are returning this occupancy summary, which is total occupied and available, and we are booking summary as this one. So yeah, let me see what is the time. Okay, so we have covered basically all of the APIs and backend mostly. There is instance which is just database and all of these things. So yeah, I think that is it for backend. Now we have the front end part. So I'm not really sure what should I do, because my throat is kind of hurting, and but I think I should be. Okay, I think I should be recording, although my throat is hurting. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure why though. And I will upload this mostly after my Viva is done. So so that there is kind of a safety measure or whatever you want to call it, because what will happen is that after my Viva is over, basically everything related to the project is over. I have my Viva done, level 1, level 2, everything is done. So in that case, even if I post this on YouTube, and even if someone sees it and copies it, there will be no plagiarism issue right now, at least, because no one can submit their project, and all the submissions and everything is done. So even in the next term, if someone does, they will be plagiarized, because my project will already be submitted and done. So yeah, for that safety measure, I was also not showing my whole project these days. And I also like revised all of some of these things yesterday, and I could have posted it by recording yesterday as well, but I didn't want to take any risk, and I did not do anything else mostly. So yesterday, that was the reason that I missed posting, and the day before yesterday already as it was my Viva, and I was not able to do stuff after the Viva was over because it was kind of late. Anyways, I think I will be continuing with the front end. So we have node modules, public, src. Everything is in src folder, if you can see here. So these are components. This is router, this app.view, this main.js. So let me open this main.js here. So it is creating the app from view, importing app from app.view, which is this. Why is it not opening? Yeah, this is the app.view. This is main.js. It is also importing router, and this is the router. We have index.js right there. Why is this opening? So we have this main.js, which is this, and then we are creating the app, assigning it to this constant app.use router and app.mount app. And if you can see, here is that ID that we have used by hashing it. And here we are seeing router view. So this is a single page application. So whatever page is reloaded, not reloaded, whatever component is called, it will be rendered here. So it will not have to reload pages again and again and again, which was the functionality in our MAD1. This is MAD2 project, as you can see here, which is modern application development. I'm not really sure why it is called modern though, because Flask is old as shit. But anyways, uh, it will. So yeah, what I was trying to say is that in MAD1 we had like different HTML templates. We are seeing components here, right? But in the MAD1 there were like so many different HTML pages. And whenever you redirected from one page to another, it was loading the another HTML page. And in this case, we just have yeah we just have this index.html page which is defined. We are saying bootstrap we have imported in the head. This is the title park easy, and this is the app basically. We have imported main.js, which is this all of these, and we are also importing bootstrap here. Okay, yeah, that's for script and this is for css. So that is bootstrap and this is main.js, which we are getting from here. And then this is the div. So basically we are just loading this single index.html, and this div, which is this one, is getting updated with this router view with all the different components. And here you can see router is created, and home view we are importing as components. Home view, login view, register, admin dashboard, create lot, edit, view users, user dashboard, user reservation, release reservation, user summary, and finally admin summary. So this is the router, and these are the routes. This is the home, this is login, register, admin, all of these you can see. And yeah, so export default router. So this is we are exporting it, and where was it? Where were we importing? Yeah, here we are importing router from /router. So that is it for this basic setup. We are also exporting this app, by the way, which is we are importing here. And that is it. We have this index, which I already showed. Which I have already shown. Oh. So finally, we can move on to components. Let us see the admin dashboard first and foremost. So this is the nav bar. It is kind of common everywhere, and dark is the theme. All of these are styling and stuff from Bootstrap, and this was the router view. This is the router link to admin summary. So where was that path? Yeah, admin summary, and there and the component for that is admin summary. So whenever we click on this router link, it will take us to this admin summary page from this component to a different component. Again, same thing as for view users. And then we have button, which is logout button. Text is danger, so yeah. And then we have this container, which has this parking lot. So first there is a button of creating a new lot, and maybe I should run. Yeah, maybe I should also run the app as well. Let me Python 3 main.py. It is running. And let me go to front end and say npm run. That is also running. So if you can see here, by the way, why did I jump to admin dashboard first? I should show the home view and login view, register view first, because they are more simpler. So this is the home view. This is the margin top 5 text center. Welcome to Park Easy. You can see it here. And then we have these cards, which are like login and register card. So welcome back, login from here, login, register new to the app, sign up from here. This is title, is text, router link to login page, which is this one, and this is the router link to register page. And scoped style is that we are giving the border radius as 1. So now if we go to login view, let us also go. So this is, you can see, right, it did not reload, it just went to login page. So that's the thing about single page application. It does not reload or anything, it just goes to another page and does the thing there. Here also there is this div container, which is a form, basically this form. Style, by the way, we also have same one, which is order radius as 1 rem. And we have this card. It has width, height, maximum width, and all that. And we have like label for email. So we are inputting something here, which is vmodel email. Now this is binded, just two-way binding, and if basically if the data changes, then also the input changes, and if the input changes, then the data will also change. So whatever we enter the email here, that will be going to the backend. Same with the password, and both are required, obviously. So that's, it will say this, please fill out this field. Finally, we have this button, which is submitting the form. And submit prevent, we have said do not do the default behavior of the submit thing. Instead, use this login method, which we have defined later. And also there is an error message if there is any. And now we are on to script. So we have like we are returning this email, this password. The error message will be none initially. These will also be empty strings. Then we have the method. So there is only one method here, which is login. So error message is null. Payload will be this dot email, which will refer to this email, this password. And then we are trying. So we are fetching the data from this slash API slash login route path, whatever. We're giving the method as post, and headers we are sending as content type, which is application JSON, and then body we are just stringifying the payload. So that is it. And then for the result, we are storing this response uh, as await response.json we are doing. If the response is okay, then we are alerting login successful. We are setting the token which we have generated in the local storage. And if the user role is admin, then we are pushing it to admin dashboard. If it is user, then we are pushing it to the user dashboard. Else we will just display the message whatever came from backend, or otherwise we can also say login failed, please check your credentials. And again we are also catching the error. If there's something else which is giving error, then we can distinguish it by seeing this. So yeah, that is it. Same thing with the register. It's just that we have different fields, more fields basically, not different. Username, email, password. Then we are registering it using this method. Username, email, password. This payload. Role we are by default passing it as the user. And then we are trying again, which is getting the response from fetching this register API method. We are posting, stringifying the payload, and then we are the result we are saying same thing as here, which is like await response.json. If it is okay, then alerting result.message, and we are pushing it to the login page. And if there is any error, we are saying something went wrong, or we are saying unable to connect to server, or yeah. So that is it for register. We can finally move on to admin dashboard. Although let me also open the functionalities for okay, create lot, edit lot, view users. Also have admin summary. We have admin bar chart. We have admin pie chart. So this is admin dashboard, creating, editing, viewing users, summary, and these two components which are included in summary. So that is for the admin dashboard. I think we had seen it a little bit. And now let me also log in and check. So it says login successful. We redirected here. There are no lots currently available. Just a second. Okay. So as we can see, we are seeing this create new lot button, which is showing up here. And then there is also the search bar, which is this one. This placeholder is search lots. V model is search text. We'll see it later though. Let me Okay, let me take a small break. I have to go for washroom. So we'll continue from the admin dashboard, and I'll be just right back. Bye bye. There is a bit of background noise, isn't there? Yeah, there is. I don't know what these people are doing, man. But we have to do what we have to do. Gotta do what you gotta do. Sorry for leaving for that time. I really had to go. But, anyways, let's continue now. So, yeah, we add this search bar. Then, this div we are showing if filtered lots length is greater than 0. As you can see, it is not, so instead it is showing this div which is showing that no parking lots are available. So filtered lots is basically let me show you it later, but this is it. We are having a key as lot id. This is data binding, by the way, so which is depending, this key is depending on the lot id, so it is one way binding. And then we are displaying the prime location name, total number of spots, and we also have occupied count. There is this function which is defined later, and this is the lot dot spots dot length. So occupied count and then the total number of them. Then we have this div which is responsible for showing. So let me just create a new one. Uh, let's say whatever. Let's say 10. So it says created successfully. So this is the total spots. This is occupied, which is 0 out of 10. And these are the things that you can see here. So for spot and index and lot dot spots, we are giving key as lot id, spot id. And class, we are binding it as rounded text center spot box. And spot box, we have given styling to it here. So you have spot status which is equal to occupied, and if it is true, then the background will be danger, otherwise it will be success. So right now it is green, which is success. And if we click on it, we will open this model, whatever, and then we are just giving the index. So this is spot id 11, because there might have been some other things, but index of it will be 0, so 0 to 10 basically. So yeah, that is our index. Then we have all these two buttons, which is edit lot and delete lot. So these methods we have defined. So if we click on this, it will take us to another page which we have defined in this edit lot, and if we delete it, it will do it here only. So this we saw. This is the model that was there. There's dialog, content, header, title is spot details, which is this one, and there is also this close button, which is this. If you again open it, then there is that div is closed. If there is a selected spot, then spot id, which will be displaying here, and if there is a reservation, then we'll show the user id of that reservation on that particular spot and the vehicle number. If there is not, then we're simply saying the spot is currently unavailable. So that is it for the template. Let us see. So there is one list that is parking lots. So you can guess that that will be the one that is using the get API, which is having all the Okay, so let me do this. I was wondering why my throat is hurting, but it is like very very cold in here because it was like on 24. I've reduced it to 26. Hopefully, it will be better. But yeah, let us. So search text is also null. Selected spot is also null in starting. Parking lots is an empty list. So there is a computed property which is this filtered lots. So as you saw it here, like this filtered lots is the same thing, and we are seeing lit parking lots is this dot parking lots. So it will be this one, and if there is a search text that exists, then we are filtering it by prime location name, which includes this search text. Then we are returning all the lots. So for now, it's doing nothing because there is only one. But if there was, or if there were many others, then whatever the string would have matched with this one, it will show only this here. So that is how we have defined the computed property. And then we have methods. So we have this logout method, which will just remove the token and it will push us to the home page. And then we are fetching the parking lots. So this will get all of those. We need authorization. So we will pass the token here. We don't have any payload or anything. We just have, if response is okay, then we are saying result is await. It's awaiting the response, and this dot parking lots will be result dot parking lots. So this will be what is being returned from the API. If some error, then there is failed to fetch parking lots, and if there some error, then we are just showing this error. If we want to create one, which is that button, if you saw, yeah, this one, then we are pushing it to create lot, and this is the function that is counting, filtering basically by occupied spots and then giving the length. Open spot modal, which is if the selected spot is this particular spot, and if there is not any modal instance, then create a new one, and otherwise just show it. So if you saw it here, yeah, so this is that thing, and when we click on it, it will call that function with this spot, current spot or whatever. We have edit. If we want to edit, let's say edit, it will push it here with the edit lot and the lot ID which is there. If you want to delete it, it will ask for confirmation first, and then we can try to do fetch, and method is delete, and if there is response is okay, then we are saying result message and fetching the lots again. Else we are saying cannot delete parking lot with occupied spots. So we are also passing this message here, and then error deleting parking lot if there is any error. On mounted, we are calling this fetch parking lots, so that will fetch whenever the app is mounted. We have the styling here on the on all of the anchor tags. We will see the cursor is changing to a pointer, and text decoration none, so it will remove the underline, and spot box we are giving height with 50 pixel, color is white, text color basically, cursor is pointer, line height 35, font weight bold. So this here also it is changing, so that's the styling. And now if we go to create lot, there is same navbar. It will redirect us to dashboard, and it will say log out here, and again we are preventing it by passing the method which is create lot method, and we are taking all these fields as input, and then finally we are creating it and submitting it. So here we'll have to define all these strings, then logout is the same, create lot. First will have to pass the payload, so this will all of these things will be in the payload. Then we will have we will post on this URL, and we will stringify the payload. If it is okay, then we'll just alert that it is created successfully and push to the admin dashboard. If there's something wrong, then if there is a result message, then that will be displayed, or there'll be something went wrong. That's simple create lot. Same with the edit lot. It is that here the method is changed, which is edit lot. All of these things are the same. And if you also see here, so here there are no details, but if we go to dashboard and if we say edit, so same fields are appearing, but we have like already filled places. So that is because uh, we are having this fetch lot. So it is fetching a parking lot from that API, and it is getting all the if response is okay, then we are getting this data. And here also it was just uh, we here we set result and await response JSON. It is just data response JSON. Prime location, everything we are getting from the data, an error message, everything, and that will be updated here. So that will show that this lot ID is we are getting it from the parameters of the URL. So here we'll have to pass that, and again on mounted we are fetching this lot. So whenever we edit this, it is already fetching the data for us. So finally there is view users. So if we click here, so that is these two things, because there are two users currently in our database. It's the same thing again, dashboard we can go log out, and searching we are again the filter thing, user ID, email, user ID, username, and email. We are again getting it from the users list. Search text we also have. If there were none, we would say no users found. And again we are computed property we are using. So that will based on the search text, it will just search for username or email. So let's say TEST, it's a common one. But if I just do 2, then we have this email and username with 2. So that will be showing up. And yeah. So we are returning the users. A logout method is the same. Fetch users we are calling on mounted. In fetch users we are going to this API. We're getting it by passing token. If it is okay, then we are saying this dot users will be result dot users. Otherwise error and fail to fetch users or whatever. Now if we finally go to dashboard and summary, we can see there are 10 available and 10 total. 0 occupied for now. Okay. I don't know what's happening. People are screaming. I think they are celebrating Janmashtami today. but I'm not really sure. Anyways, so here is the reservation by status and bookings by location. So this is our summary part, and we have this div which is saying reservation by status, and then we are getting this admin pie chart from, basically we are importing this component. So, and we are displaying it here with chart data as occupancy data, and if there is a bookings data, then we are seeing bookings by location, and chart data we are passing the bookings data. These are the imports. Components are these two. Data we have occupancy data and bookings data. Methods again logout, and then then what we are doing is that we are doing this on mounted asynchronously. So in mounted we are doing this fetch API call, and getting from admin summary. We are getting const data with response.json. Spots will be equal to data.occupancy summary. Bookings will be equal to data.booking summary. And here we can say this dot occupancy data will have labels, object keys, and spots. So whatever occupancy data was in pie chart, right? So here is the chart data, and whatever the spots are there, we are passing it as keys. So so those will be the labels. This is label here, and we are passing the background color as this. So this is bookings by location, and data sets again we are giving this bookings that we got from here, and these colors. If we see in the pie chart template, we have this pie which we are importing from view.chart.js, and this just a second, let me okay. Shit. My bad. Sorry, phone, for violating you. But yeah. So we are doing this register. We are saying title, tooltip, legend, arc element as just syntax, whatever. Chart options is there. Chart data is there. And options is this responsive, true, plugins, all of these. Title will be spot status. So this title you can see here, and data will be the object type, and it will be required. So that will be the chart data, which we are passing as the occupancy data in this chart data. And similarly, we have bar chart. We have chart data, which is required, and type of object. We have responsive, all these things, bookings by location that you can see here, and scales and all that stuff. So that is it for the login, register, home view, and admin. Finally, we have these users thing. So let us also do that. We have user dashboard. We have user reservations. Okay. We have view users is not there. We have user reservation. We have release reservations. We have user summary. We have bar chart, and we have pie chart. Ah shit, my bad. That's why I was not doing that. It only opened dashboard, and it was just toggling it here. Dashboard, then we want to see reservation. Then we want to see release reservation. And then we want to see summary. Why the fuck, dude? Then we have bar chart. Then we have pie chart. Let me just count it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So yeah, I had remembered that there were 16 components, and yeah. So this is the user dashboard. Now let me log out from the admin, and let me log in as one of the users. So we have, let's say we just say test. It says invalid password. So okay. So this is the user dashboard, and again, as you can see, there are router links to summary. Export CSV is just a function, and we have logout. So we can directly jump to, so again there is a search bar, but as you can see there are search reservations and search lots. So there are two different search bars. Now how I've implemented it, I'll show you in a bit, but there's this search text with vmodel binding, and we have reservation details as you can see here. Then we have if the filter reservation is greater than 0, then only we'll show it. Table bordered, table stripe, table dark. So lot ID, spot ID, vehicle number, status, and action. Lot ID, spot ID, vehicle number, status, and finally we have action. Same with this. Although yeah, so in this filtered reservation we are looping it, and we are showing lot ID, spot ID, vehicle number, status, and right now the status is released, as you can see. So if it is released, then this last field, which is action, will show NA as it is showing right now. If it is not, like if it is parked, then we can show the release button. If it's just booked, then we can show this. So with VIF, we are doing this, and if there is no reservation, then we are showing no reservations available. Then we have the second. So now I've given it a different name, which is a search query. So by defining two different variables, I'm able to have two search bars which are different from each other and works on different things. There are only one things right now, so it will not really work, but yeah. So you can see available parking lots. If it is greater than 0, then we are showing lot ID, location, address, available spots, and action. Action will always be book, and occupied count, we are showing address and everything. Otherwise, there will be no available ones. So you have two lists of reservations and parking lots, and we have search text and search query. So in computed, we will have to check for both of these. So we are if there is any search text, and we are filtering the reservations and including according to vehicle number or status, and if there are parking lots, then again we are querying according to prime location name and address, and we can return parking lots and we can return reservation. And then we have methods. So again, logout is a common one. We have fetching the lots. So we are saying view parking lots, and if response is okay, then we're getting this occupied count. We have again defined it. So whatever the spots are occupied, that length will be returned. If we want to book one, we will go to this new page, which is this one. If we cancel it, we'll come back. And then there is fetch reservations. We are fetching all the reservations as well. And if there are not any, then we are saying failed to fetch. And then we have like Spark vehicle functionality. So that was used here. If we say park vehicle, so there will be here. So let me just book one, right? So let's say this. We're booking the spot. So it says spot booked successfully. We can see something here. Now here, if I say MP or just M, it shows that one. Or if I'm saying GJ, then it shows, yeah. Status I can also check, released, booked. So now I have the action to park in. So whenever I click that park in thing, right here, it will trigger this method, park vehicle. It will go to this patch thing. It will say vehicle parked successfully, and again it will fetch all the reservation. Or it will say fail to park vehicle. By the way, you can see the total number of spots have decreased here. So let me also park in. So it says vehicle parked successfully. Now we have status as parked and we have action as released. So if we do release, then it will be released. But what will happen is that it will call this put method, but it will push us to this. Here we were just getting back to, we're not doing anything basically. We were just staying on the page, but here we will be redirected to this release thing. And in mounted, we are fetching the lots and reservations. But let me show you the releasing as well. So it is already released because there is parking timestamp, there is leaving timestamp, and cost is also calculated. Now we just have this formality to do the release, and we'll be getting back to here. This will also be updated, and yeah. So if we say the reservation, then as you saw here, when I went to book, we have all of these things. We have the nav bar, and we have all of these things that are read only. So you cannot change anything, even if I do anything. Here I can only type something. These are just read only because we are just providing you the details. So they are read only, and here there is a vehicle number. So there is a V model, and obviously if it is changed there, it will be also changed here. And we can book the spot. So it will submit, or we can go back to user dashboard, which is the same thing as here. And we are getting all these things. Lot ID we are getting from here, and this is a logout. Fetch lot will be again fetching a parking lot, but we just required name, price, address, and pin code. And the user, in the admin functionality, we were also having the number of spots here, but that is not really required because if you saw, we already saw there are 10 available spots. So that is it. Else we can say fail to load parking lot details, but it will load, there is no issue. There is this book spot, so this button, right? Yeah, submit prevent. So this is the method that will be called, and payload is just the vehicle number. This is the API that we are fetching, and we are giving the lot ID, and we are saying reserve. We are posting it. We are payloading. We are stringifying the payload, and this is the result. And it is showing the spot book successfully, and it will again push us to use the dashboard, or it will say fail to book spot. That is reservation. Again, for the release, as you just saw, there was everything here is just read only, because we don't really need anything to do here. We can just say release and we'll be directed back there, although we need all these things to show there. So we are calling this fetch reservation details, and we are having the spot ID, vehicle number, parking leaving timestamp, and total cost. And we are when we are mounting, we are fetching this reservation details, so it is shown to us. And that is it. Finally, we have user summary. So let me just go to dashboard, go to summary. So if you can see, there are two released vehicle, because we have both of them released. We have one in this and one in this. The reservation by location. So it will be like yeah. So this is summary page. We have this dashboard. We have logout, and we have parking summary, which is and we have status data. If there is, then we are passing it in the pie chart, and if the location data is there, we are passing it in the bar chart, and we'll only show them if they are available. We're importing these components here. We are passing here status data, location data, initially null. Sorry, logout function. Again, there is async mounted, so we are sending API request to this fetch API and user summary. It will need the token, and it will say status as status summary and location as location summary. So in the status data, it will pass keys as status, and values will be that. Same thing with. So here you can just see this, right? So we are not giving any label here basically. So that will be by default released, which is the status. Here we are saying that reservation by location. So here you can see this reservation by location, which is showing as 1. So this is the other station, which is the name, and which is the data here basically, and then there is the label. Background color, we have also defined these 3. So yeah. Then we have the bar chart. Same thing. We are requiring the chart data. So these are props, by the way, and they are included from this. So in this bar that we are importing, this props will be passed as chart data, and chart options will be passed as this options, but that will be in the data, and then we'll return the options. So all of these, reservation by location, this thing you can see, and if you see in the pie chart, it's the same thing. Props we are passing, and the pie whatever component with passing the chart data, and options as this chart options. So reservation status. Anyways, I think I've ranted for like almost 2 hours, just 15 minutes, 14 minutes left, and that was a good revision, to be honest with you. Really good revision for me to get overview of everything in general, and also by speaking I was revising more efficiently, because if I was just staring at the screen and not doing anything, then I'll feel sleepy, and maybe I'll also feel that I'm not making any progress. But this is like, quantifiable progress that I've for 1 hour and 46, 47, or 50 minutes, whatever, for almost 2 hours. I have done this, and I've revised all of the project. There is some theory that I will revise on my own, because I also have to go get some food and then come back. So yeah, I will be stopping here. This is the project. Uh, so finally, you got to see the project that I was mentioning from the day one, I guess. Yeah, from whenever I was started, I was like, I'm doing a project. I'm doing a project. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is the project. So by the way, there are some functionalities like sending the mails and all that stuff, but I don't think that is really necessary for now. So I'm skipping it. I'll do it on my own just a little later. And now, if you click then it will say you're exporting data, because we have not started any server or anything. So yeah, that is it for now. I'm also getting a call, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully tomorrow with React. And wish me luck for the Viva. And yeah, that is it. I will be taking my leave for now, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you have stuck till now, you definitely are a real one. And thank you for watching. Have a good day or night. I will be uploading this after the Viva, but I will update you how the Viva and everything went tomorrow when we do React. So yeah, we'll be saying bye to Vue and Flask finally, but for now, not really, because in like 2.5 hours I have my Viva, so I need to focus on it and nothing else for now. So yeah, that is it for now. I'll be signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.